We continue on our journey of quadrilaterals, and in this section we're going to look at quadrilaterals that are called trapezoids and kites. So let's look at the properties of a trapezoid and a kite. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides, and these parallel sides are called bases. So that's a base and that's a base, and these are base angles. Base angles, and these are base angles. The non-parallel sides are the legs. So those turquoise are legs, the turquoise sides. Well, more accurately, it's a leg and a leg. Okie doke. Isosceles trapezoid also has exactly one pair of parallel sides, but its legs are congruent, so therefore it's called isosceles. And in an isosceles trapezoid, the base angles are congruent. It's also worthwhile noting that these two angles are consecutive angles, and therefore they add up to 180 because of the parallel lines. Next we come to a kite. So let's just take a look at a kite. A kite is a quadrilateral that has two pairs of consecutive congruent sides. So this pair is congruent and this pair is congruent, but opposite sides are not congruent. You can go over these theorems yourself. Let's just talk about the mid segment of a trapezoid. So if I have, let me sketch it over here. A trapezoid, this is its midpoint, this is a midpoint, then that means it's dividing these into congruent halves, the sides. This highlighted segment is called the mid segment. We'll call this a base, and we'll call this a base, and we'll call this mid segment. Now, one of the things that's noteworthy about the mid segment is its measure can be found by adding the two bases and dividing by 2. So just tuck that piece of information away, that the mid segment connects the opposite midpoints of the two legs of a trapezoid, and it is 1/2 of the sum of the lengths of the bases. If a quadrilateral is a kite, then its diagonals are perpendicular. So in the kite above, let's try that again. So those are, okay, I'm being a perfectionist here, but that's okay. Let me redraw that. So the diagonals are perpendicular. Okay, that's pretty close. If a quadrilateral is a kite, then exactly one pair of opposite angles are congruent. If you use your common sense, you'll be able to see that these two are going to be congruent. You can use your fingers to demonstrate that to form a kite, and then demonstrate that to yourself. Okay, then you can go ahead and do the following problems. I think they are fairly easy. I don't think you should have any issues with that. Just a reminder here that in a kite, the opposite angles are congruent. So use that fact when you're trying to find the measure of angle C. And as we part, let me remind you that the slope of a horizontal line is 0 and the slope of a vertical line is undefined. Okay, this is a pretty easy section. Good luck with that.